The wind ensemble at Shenandoah University is the top ensemble for wind and percussion performers. Most of its music really in the last 100 years. So a big part of what we do in the wind ensemble is interact a lot with living composers, whether those are composers from our own faculty or visiting composers through our Pulitzer Prize series, where we're bringing in some of the top compositional names in the music world, or a composer that is perhaps a little bit younger.
Well, I like that Dr. Robley is trying to get us to play all of these new pieces in the wind ensemble repertoire to really try to expand our knowledge of what's going on in the music world today. And then he also balances that with a good mix of older pieces, some of the standard pieces.
As a member of the wind ensemble, I've been able to play music with electronic pieces. So we have back click tracks and we play with the click tracks. I've been able to play in small ensembles. We played a Mozart piece that called for 2 of each instrument, which was very interesting because I've never played in an ensemble like that. So I've had many experiences that I haven't had before.
And we also tend to use within that ensemble, we'll use harp, we'll occasionally use guitar, often use piano. So composers have taken the wind ensemble in the last 50 to 100 years and just really kind of tried to design the music that they're hearing at that moment. It's both a mix of percussion, woodwinds, and brass players. So the wind ensemble as an art form is really designed to be a very flexible ensemble that can meet the needs of whatever the composer wants to write for at that time.
Some of the most beneficial experiences come from music that you don't necessarily know about, or music that's a little bit more eclectic. And it's really important as a music major to have those new and different experiences, because in the workforce you don't always necessarily know what you're going to be doing and what you're going to be asked to do. So it's a really beneficial opportunity to have those traditional pieces, but also have new opportunities of music you're not as familiar with.
It's not kind of draconian in the way it's run at all. It's interactive. You don't just sit there and have the conductor tell you exactly what to do.
My favorite thing about being in the wind ensemble would be all of the music we play and also working with Dr. Robley. He's really funny, and so sometimes in rehearsals we just have to stop and laugh because it's just a good time.
He's just so friendly and knowledgeable. He never comes to rehearsal unprepared. He might explain some concept or in how he wants it, but then he'll have you play it in multiple different ways, and then you get to, as a performer, help decide how you would rather do it. It's very collaborative, and not just with the conductor, but within your section as well. You get to make decisions on how you want something to be done.
The student musician that's really successful in the wind ensemble is one that first has a very good concept of how they want to play their instrument. They have a sound that is very personal to them. The music of the wind ensemble also demands quite a bit of independence from them. So we have a number of pieces that have only one musician on each part. Sometimes as many as 2, rarely as many as 3 on a part. So we have a great number of very independent parts, so the musicians are really forced to function in very independent ways. The level of complexity in wind ensemble music is very high. So the players have a great demand on what they can put together and make sound effortless for the audience, despite whatever technical challenges it has.
One of the unique things about Shenandoah and our wind ensemble is it's a really collegial environment, and you never really feel like you're competing for anything. These are friends. We do a lot of things together, and while there's competition involved in anything, you make such good friends that it almost doesn't matter.
The community within the wind ensemble is really gratifying. The players have to work very hard together, and as such, they learn to depend on each other and they learn to back each other up. So the community that develops out of the ensemble is a really powerful one.
The group is very, very diverse. We have math majors, we have all kinds of majors playing in this ensemble, which is incredible because they're all world-class musicians and we all get along incredibly well. I've made so many friends, and we play in chamber groups together and sometimes just play together when we want to. So the ensemble as a whole is one big family.